Good morning. Glad you could join us. Hey, I was out at a Greek restaurant with my brother just yesterday, and he really likes feta cheese. I'm not a big fan. But growing up, I always believed that it was made with goat's milk. And I do believe it does have some goat's milk in it. But I got burned by a trivia question at the Moose Lodge, and I represent a little bit of a different generation, and I'm part Greek. So the question was, what is feta cheese made from? I said goat's milk. And the moderator guy said, no, it's sheep's milk. And I'm still pretty bitter over the whole thing. But my brother and I were just chatting about the difference between goats and sheep. And like, they're kind of similar, but in another way, they couldn't be much more different. As a matter of fact, Jesus said at the end of the age, they're going to put the sheep over here and the goats over here, okay? I mean, have you ever seen a goat? I mean, the baby goats can be some of the cutest animals you'll ever see, and the noises they make are pathetically adorable. But they get older, I mean, you know, let's face it, Rolling Stones, goat's head soup. The head of a goat can look pretty evil with those horns. And then you've got sheep, lambs that are, I mean, they're completely defenseless. They are, and it's of all animals, they're not only defenseless, they need a shepherd. But that's what God's looking for. He's looking for us to be his sheep, the sheep of his pasture. He wants to feed us. He wants to take care of us. And the reality is there is no such thing as a self-made man. And we are not really capable of doing it ourselves. But I just love the creativity of God. Well, the other thing is that in the book of Revelation, there's a scene where nobody's able to open the scroll, and John the Revelator, John the Apostle, taken up into heaven. And he's crying because no one's able to open the scroll. And it talks about the Lion of the tribe of Judah. And they finally says, here's what it says, "Stop weeping, look, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the heir of David's throne, has won the victory. He is worthy to open the scroll." And so I'm sure John's thinking about turning around and seeing this lion. Have you ever encountered a lion? I've actually seen one like right outside my vehicle on a safari in Kenya. They are impressive creatures. You ever hear a lion roar? It's kind of like, yeah, they're something else. But here's the thing, when John, in the book of Revelation, turned around, he said, "Then I saw a lamb that looked as if it had been slaughtered." I can still remember Brent Osgood preaching on this, a series called Knowing God, back around 1979. The impression it made on me. See, Jesus became the Lion of the tribe of Judah because he submitted himself as a lamb. I want to think about it just for a moment. I think they're in Los Angeles again. They've moved around, St. Louis, different places. But there's a football team. They won the Super Bowl, if I'm not mistaken, not too long ago. They're called the Rams. Do you know of any team called the Lambs? No. I mean, even Christian schools don't, because, I mean, literally, I'm not being sacrilegious here. It's like lambs are led to the slaughter. I mean, that's the last name you'd want to have for your team. And yet Jesus became the Lamb of God. He sacrificed his life. He was led to the slaughter. And if we want to be his followers, and he rose from the dead, he is the Lion of the tribe of Judah as well. But he said that in the end, there's going to be lambs and there's going to be goats. There's going to be those that resist him and those who follow him as the shepherd. I just encourage you today with decisions you have to make. Think of Philippians chapter 2. Check it out when you have a moment. Read it. It talks about how we're not conceited. We don't consider ourselves better than others, but that we choose the path of humility like Jesus did. And when we do, we become more like him. Choose to be in the shepherd's flock today. Don't be a stubborn goat. God bless you. Have a great day.